What's up, fight fans? Finally, I'm back. It's been a long minute since I've been doing these daily posts, and I'm sorry to leave you guys hanging. But yesterday, we just saw a lot of great boxing shows, two good promotions from Top Rank and PBC Promotions. Man, does it get any better? First of all, I just want to say that it was awesome to see Plant and Benavidez hug it out after the fight, and hear them exchange. After talking so much shit to each other, finally, making peace, making amends. Now, it was a great fight. Our Plant, there's a lot of things Plant could have done more in the fight, but he did what he felt was necessary. But his running around the ring too much is what gassed him out in the later rounds and caused him to get hit over and over again. And his dirty fighting is what got him to the final bell. Without that, he probably would have been stopped in the 9th or 10th round. Huge heart to Caleb Plant. And for David Benavidez, he did prove that he's a Mexican monster. He did prove that he has a good ring IQ, aside from his brute force boxing style in the ring, his brawling style. And, I really hope we get the Canelo fight this year. I don't see any other good fight happening. But, there's probably other options in case Canelo does pursue the Bivol rematch. I'd like to see him fight Demetrius Andrade or Charlo. Those are the two fights I want to see. As for the undercard, unfortunately, Joey Spencer didn't, get the win. I was a great fan of his. But, he did put on, I'm sure he put on a good fight. I wasn't able to watch most of it because the signal out here in the Philippines lagged out when I was watching the stream. But one thing that really bugged me was the Chris Colbert versus Valenzuela fight. That's a fucking disgrace, man. I mean, I don't even like Valenzuela because, he talks so much shit too. But he deserved that win. That was a disgrace. And honestly, this needs to be investigated and this needs to be overturned within 2 weeks' time. The same way Casimiro's win over Akaha was overturned, He outslugged him, and there are so many times the referee should have stepped in and saved Colbert from himself, but he didn't. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna switch to the main event. We had a great fight. I enjoyed seeing Plant's boxing IQ from round 1 to round 6, and then eventually Benavidez able to break him down. He proved that he does belong there. However, I don't think that what he has showed is enough against a 100% Canelo. A 100% Canelo would stop David Benavidez within 10 rounds. The way you go there, he got caught with so many left hooks from Caleb Plant. I'm telling you, Canelo Alvarez hits a lot quicker and probably a lot harder than Caleb Plant. Those lands, he's going to get rocked. He's going to get rocked over and over again. And, he has got to have a better approach against Canelo if he wants to beat Canelo. But do I believe that he belongs up there with the Mexican greats? Absolutely. He proved that in that fight. And but one thing he did disappoint the fans was when he said he'd stop Plant. He didn't stop him. Talking all that stuff about bringing him to the hospital. But he did explain himself that he had to take advantage of selling this big fight. So he had to talk all that smack. He had to say all of that, pretend that he hated Caleb Plant so much. At the end of the fight, all three of them, his father, his younger brother, they all hugged Caleb Plant, But it was just all confusing because it was Benavidez versus Plant, but I don't know why Benavidez had the first ring walk, why he was the first one introduced, and why he was in the red corner. To me, that it just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. There's a lot of things that, were a bit mixed up that night. But nevertheless, it was a good fight. Now, moving on to Top Rank. Once again, a great card. Actually, still not updated with the Sinise Estrada fight. I don't know who won, but I saw a few clips of the fight during the live stream, and she probably did well. But as for Jose Ramirez, he needed this fight to, bring himself back up to where he feels he belongs. But is it enough for Rigorous Prograde? Probably not. What I would like to see is most likely him facing the winner of Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez, though. That's one fight he should have. I think, honestly, I think he could probably even go up to 47, fight someone there. But there's a lot of teammates of his at 147. Actually, just one only, Giovanni Santillan, because his name? Virgil Ortiz is no longer with RGBA. But yeah, it was a good fight, and he was able to stop Richard Comey, who had a lot of heart. And it was in his hometown of Fresno. And then we got a great a fighter of Filipino descent, Charlie Shih. He proved his awesome ring IQ after outboxing and outclassing Angel Rebolar of LA. It was he proved that he does belong up there, and I would like to see him fight for a championship soon. I think he deserves it. Top Rank's been building him up the right way, and he's gonna do great things in the sport. When we are exactly a little over 3 weeks left, and we will finally get the super fight that everyone's been waiting for, Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. And the press conference, all that is it's awesome. And the fact that they were able to get in each other's faces without security holding them back, that's something else. I thought there was some security holding them back. But that fight, it's 50% chance it can go distance and a 50% chance that it ends in a stoppage. But I believe Gervonta Davis will stop Ryan Garcia in 10 or 11 rounds. He'll stop him. He's gonna break him down. But he's just got to be wary of Ryan Garcia's quick start. However, the weight drain of Ryan Garcia to 136 is a bit. It's an advantage. It favors Tank Davis, and I don't think it should have happened. For a big super fight like this. Manny Pacquiao did it to De La Hoya, and then they did it to Miguel Cotto, and it just took away a lot of strength from them. But Tank Davis is actually making him cut an extra 4 pounds for this fight, and then he got to weigh in 146 on fight night. Ryan Garcia said, "I walk at 146, 148," but when I saw him fight for Tuna Live, he did not look like that. He didn't look like a skinny guy at all. He looked like a big guy. He looked like he went into that ring 170, 175 pounds. So if they're gonna weigh him again in the fight in the locker room before he makes that ring walk, he's not gonna be 100% walking to that ring, let alone 70%. In my honest opinion, So but other than that, even if it's at 140, I believe Tank does have what it takes to stop Ryan Garcia. My prediction for the fight, though, like I said, Tank will stop Ryan Garcia. But I'm expecting there to be an exchange of knockdowns. I believe Ryan Garcia is going to knock Tank Davis down, and then he's going to knock Ryan Garcia down, and they're going to exchange knockdowns. But eventually, Tank Davis will break Ryan Garcia down and then get the stoppage.